Selkokieliset uutiset. Suomi on maa, jossa tykätään kansainvälisestä julkisuudesta. Nyt suomalaiset saivat maistaa sellaista hieman lisää.
They can be happy that they are a free country like Finland, where the free speech is a right, where they have not any restrictions. If they would be in Moscow, they would be in jail in 2 minutes.
Here's something funny. This is Ursula von der Leyen. So there's someone who's protesting her at a speech. And she says, in Russia, you would be arrested. She tells the person who's heckling her or protesting her, in Russia, you'd be arrested. The irony is, while she's saying that to the guy's being arrested.
If they would be in Moscow, they would be in jail in 2 minutes.
Funny to say, police here are more efficient. I got arrested in 1 minute.
Yeah, that was actually quite a funny situation.
Olin tuolloin paikalla kyselemässä ihmisiltä, mitä he tietävät Ursulasta. Ja samalla tulin taltioineeksi laajemmin nyt viraaliksi levinneen tapahtumasarjan.
Siitä, että Ursula von der Leyen on syytteissä näistä rokotehankintasopimuksen järjestelyistä ja niiden salaamisesta Euroopan unionissa.
Ei tiedä.
En tiedä. En todellakaan.
Mitä sitten todella tapahtui?
So I'm here with Armando Mema, and here we are in very happy Finland, which is famous for its happiness and free speech. Would you agree?
Well, after the incident of getting arrested in front of EU president,
this is what they do to European candidates in Finland!
And the fact that I got, in the middle of the elections, people were not informed of this incident. They wrote on the articles that it was a very peaceful protest and everything went so well and the European president is so democratic, and they even had the courage to put my photo in Ilta-Sanomat while I was doing like this shouting, and I would not agree for the fact that Avoimen has made multiple requests to different media in Finland when the case happened to be reported.
Ilta-Sanomien versiopäivän tapahtumista esittää asiantuntevat poliitikot työskentelemässä kansalaisten hyväksi.
Mistä olette keskustellut tänään?
Me ollaan keskusteltu totta kai vaalitilanteesta ja kampanjoinnista, koska hän on nyt erityisesti Spitsen kandidaattina liikkeellä, mutta kyllä me puhuttiin myöskin sitten heti vaalien jälkeisestä ajasta, tulevista valinnoista näihin huippuvirkoihin
sekä ymmärtämättömät kansalaiset häiritsemässä poliitikkojen työskentelyä. Kyllähän italialaisen Armandon tunteet kenties kävivät kuumina, koska hän tietää asetelman.
And so I got curious and I said, wow, I'm also running for this EU elections and I should get a chance to make some questions and maybe criticize also her policies. And
sorry, what do you have to criticize about her?
About her, yeah, I have many things to criticize from how during pandemic time people had to be locked up, their basic right of movement and freedom, and also how she's handling conflicts around the world, and I would expect the European president to be more focused on peace building rather than fueling the lobby of weapons.
We have our Prime Minister and Vice Chair of the EPP Party, Petteri Orpo, together with our EPP lead candidate Ursula von der Leyen.
Ehkäpä Armandolla oli perusteita sananvapauden painokkaaseen käyttöön, koska demokraattisesti valitsematon komission puheenjohtaja Ursula on käyttänyt demokraattista järjestelmää hyväkseen jo vuosia.
Dear friends, dear Ursula, it's good to see you here in Helsinki. You are very, very welcome.
United, we can move mountains. We have mastered the pandemic. We have mastered the energy crisis. And thank you so much, Petteri, for all the support I got. We have mastered the Russian blackmail.
Aivan kuten tässä tilaisuudessa Suomen kokoomuspuolue käytti hyväkseen Ursulaa kuin rokkitähteä saadakseen ääniä.
So my friends, if you want a strong Europe, vote for Kokoomuksen in 5 days.
Frau von der Leyen braucht Geld, 800 Milliarden Euro für Aufrüstung. Darüber hinaus will sie, ich zitiere, private Ersparnisse in Investitionen umwandeln. Die Kommissionspräsidentin nennt das Spar- und Investitionsunion.
Ursula von der Leyen must immediately and unconditionally resign from her position as president of the European Commission due to the fact that her actions are currently criminally investigated by the European Public Prosecutor's Office. The Commission has signed, up to November 2021, 71 billion euros worth of contracts on behalf of the member states to purchase up to 4.6 billion COVID-19 vaccine doses. That means that she purchased 10 doses of vaccines for every EU citizen based on contracts that were never released to the public. This is how the contracts that she signed with these pharmaceutical companies were released to the public. How is this possible in the European Union that is called to be transparent with the way it's using people's money? So I'm asking again and calling again for immediate and unconditional resignation. Thank you.
And my friends, pro-Europe means a strong Europe, a competitive Europe. So we need to give our companies more access to capital, reduce bureaucracy. We have to trust our companies more. But here in Finland, I want to emphasize the importance of forests.
Ursulalle on huudettu europarlamentista jo vuosia. Onko sitten ihme, että huuto jatkui onnellisen Helsingin Kampinaukiolla? Kun ei kuunnella, pitää hieman huutaa. Toisin kuin onnellisen viileä suomalainen, joka ei tiedä eikä niin kauheasti välitä, koska se politiikka kuuluu poliitikoille.
Olitte Ursula von der Leyenia seuraamassa?
No, olemme.
Oletteko tietoinen siitä, että Ursula von der Leyenia vastaan tällä hetkellä syytteitä näiden rokotteiden hankintasopimukseen?
En tiedä. En ole niin politiikasta kiinnostunut kuitenkaan.
What did you try to say to Ursula von der Leyen in this last year?
So basically, I made one question about what is the Europe going to do about the human suffering in Gaza for the children and women who are suffering a lot the war, which is over 2 years now. So I think this was very uncomfortable questions for the EU president, because she came here and she thought that everyone gonna clap at me and just say thank you for bringing so much democracy to them, but it happened to be that also some people were disagreeing, and usually I've noticed she would laugh when someone will protest in front of her, and she will be indifferent.
And we are pro-Ukrainian. We know that Putin's war is an existential threat to us. Those are the ones who Putin wants to send in our societies, to divide our societies. We will not let that happen. We will stand strong with Ukraine. We know that Ukraine is fighting.
The situation was that there was a stage, and politicians have become some kind of rock stars, that people come to see that, oh, she is here,
yeah.
And now we hear that what she is saying, and,
yes.
And this is stage where it comes propaganda.
Yes, exactly. I think it's very important for politicians to be more humble and be with feet on the ground. We say in Italy, like listening to people. Like it would have been different if she would just have said to me, "Hey, Armando, come here and tell me openly, what do you criticize about the EU?" It would have taken 2 minutes. I would have expressed my opinions freely, and it will not have been such a big case globally.
This took place in the middle of elections with total silence from so-called free media. Monday we'll be sitting in court in Helsinki for a peaceful protest. In Russia,
I was interviewing people around there and asking them that do these common people do they know what Ursula von der Leyen, that she has criminal charges against her in European Union? Most of them didn't know. What do you think of that?
Yeah, exactly. There is a lot of propaganda from the party in power. They try sometimes to hide the truth, and that is sort of illness for democracy. And if you're not telling people that the things as they are, then they cannot make the best possible decision about the elections.
Mitä sitten todella tapahtui? Kerrotaan se, koska mediassa täytyy olla tasapuolinen. Ilta-Sanomat esitti vaikutelman, että pro-Palestiina-mielenosoitus oli jossain taustalla. Sinne poliisi oli siirtänyt heidät vasta, kun heihin kuulumaton Armando oli pidätetty.
Tämä ei ole huutoäänestys. Me päätämme demokraattisissa vaaleissa menemällä vaaliuurnille. Siellä me vaikutamme niin kuin asiaan kuuluu. So Mrs. von der Leyen, it's a great honor to host you here in Helsinki tonight. We know you have been traveling all over Europe since you were nominated to be our lead candidate after Bucharest Congress. And you have...
Murhaa! Miten Grit on aivan turhaa? EU tukee kansanmurhaa!
Mutta pidätyksen aikaan he olivat samalla paikalla kuin Armando ja huusivat myös. Kenties poliisi koki, että joku piti pidättää Ursula von der Leyenin sananvapauden turvaksi. Kenties poliisi pelkäsi kuvia itsestä raahaamassa tyttöjä, joten kenties oli parempi poimia haaviin se oletettu aggressiivinen mies.
Thank you very much and I'm so happy to be here. Hyvä päivä Helsinki! Thank you very much for receiving me. And first of all, to those who scream and yell here so loud, they can be happy that they are in a free country like Finland, where the free speech is a right, where they have not any restrictions. If they would be in Moscow, they would be in jail in 2 minutes.
This is what they do to European candidates in Finland! Woo! This is what they do
about that.
It looks like you're not allowed to criticize or make questions to European president at this point, and you get full media journalists were not allowed to do their jobs basically, because at the end of it, who is in charge of the media is the one responsible for what is published and what is not published. And if you think about it, it's over a year now. Still, we have the only people who reported for the case are Tiina Keskimäki and Panu. They are investigative journalists, and they took the case very seriously.
Vote for Kokoomus, vote for EPP, vote for a strong Europe.
Honestly, in a democratic country which is supposed to be Finland, this shouldn't happen. Like journalists should be free to speak their mind, and especially politicians, because at the end of it, I was running as a candidate. Of course, I was from a small party, but this doesn't matter because I was in the opposition. And do you think when we think about other countries, we look at the Asian countries or Russia or other countries, and we often criticize them for not being democratic, and then something of this sort happens in the middle of the most important election we have in Europe, which is for the European Parliament, where we decide the lives of many people, and in my honest opinion, I criticize the fact that media is not so free in Finland anymore.
Well, media in Finland is quite free to discuss about Sanna Marin dancing on the tables on the festival.
Right. That I would agree. That is much more important than talking about economic crisis, how the cost of living is affecting European citizen, or the wars happening around the world.
Kun tunnettua poliitikkoa kritisoidaan, joutuu sitä helposti oikeuteen, ja sellaisesta media uutisoi runsaasti. Mutta kun kritiikkiä ei kuunnella missään, onko ihme, että niin tapahtuu?
Armando, could you tell me that what kind of legal charges you got? There was also a second round that now you are going to court again.
Yes, so I was the initial charge was public disobedience to an official. So they claimed that I didn't listen to police order. But after the court case, when the police, when she testified, she said they asked her which language were you using to talk, to give the orders, which is a very important question. And she said, I don't remember which language I was using, but I will use my hands to communicate with him. And I will. After that happened, the judge came with another sentence. They said that I damaged a public official, so they cancelled the previous fine of 100 euros and they gave me a new fine. So the verbal, which were written that I didn't listen to police orders, were now changed to a new charge, which is a comedy, because once you write that an incident happened, you cannot change the fact. But this unfortunately happened, and now I have few days left to ask permission to the court to appeal, and if the permission is given, then there's gonna be a second round of the case.
Äänekkäästä puheesta Armando siis joutui oikeuteen, jossa italian kielen tulkilla ja tuomarilla oli vaikeuksia ymmärtää hänen puhettaan.
Mutta tänne poliisikin kohdistetaan ne tavallaan, että tänne näkyy hänen.
Anteeksi, nyt en saanut ihan selvää. Voisitteko toistaa uudestaan?
Politics now, it's quite impossible to have any message for politicians and even to media. So what would you say that what would common people, what could they do to get their message through to media and politicians?
Yeah, the most important thing, and which I think your president is afraid of, is people speaking and talking freely about political matters. So people can just speak their mind, like how it's supposed to be happening in a free society. So people should comment online, should talk wherever they are with friends, family, and discuss these things freely without fear. And I'm sure that when the public opinion speaks about important matters, then also the politicians will be forced to talk about important things like as is freedom of speech.
And indeed, the rule of law has guided our principles in the European Union. The fact that they are screaming and yelling is possible because we share different opinions in a democracy. Normally we listen to each other, we don't yell at each other, but I think to defend the rule of law here too, to give them the right to utter their opinion, to give us the right to have a different opinion, that is democracy. If you want to hold up the rule of law, vote for Kokoomuksen in 5 days.
Do you think that European people are being deceived?
Yes, I think unfortunately they are being deceived at many levels, economically, ideologically, and I will say even spiritually. Like it's at all levels in society, because they are taking over more and more freedoms from the people, and they're asking more taxes, and they're making basically is the thing that you said, that they're leaving people out of politics. When they're supposed people to be in a democracy, active in the society. So this is what's happening, and this is deceiving people, because it is your right as a European citizen to ask questions, be involved in, have your voice heard from politicians. It's very important.
Selkokieliset uutiset.